the mind and sense organs. And other day I said, I think, the objects in the nature, objects are there. Vishaya, we call it as in Vedanta. And the sense organs always outward in nature, and they always go for that. And it brings the information about the sense organs, about that particular events again to 5 sense organs, and pertaining to the 5 sense organs, 5 objects are there. And always it the one particular say for perceiving, then it looks different things and it brings that information and to this mind. And mind, if blindly follows that sense organs, and we lose our prajna. It means we lose the spiritual entity, and we lose the path of spirituality. That means diluted. It will be diluted spiritual path. Our seriousness nullified. So that's why Lord Krishna is saying that if you control your sense organs, it becomes your friend, and it helps you a lot. A friend in need is a friend indeed, and friend is always a well-wisher. Real friend is a well-wisher, and if you are in a trouble or in problem, and he helps us to come out from that. So in spiritual path, what is the real help? That is a real problem here. It means in physical world, the friend, the problem is physical level, maybe financial or related to the family or children or related to that. But here, the spiritual path, the problem is no seriousness, and what you call indulging in this mundane aspects, and there is no seriousness in sadhana, and these are all the problems we face. So the mind, when it becomes our friend, then it elevates, and it when it is our friend, then friend in the sense it is pure. Pure means the positive thoughts, no negative samskaras. So when the samskaras are positive, and there is always our mind is thinks about the divine. It means it helps us to reach our real goal. It means it is our it acquaints, it acquaints a kind of it means always with us. Sri Ramakrishna used to say mantra, regarding mantra, he says manthor. So once you receive that mantra, then manthor, and you have to get the blessings of the mind. So mind should we need blessings sometimes. We can say in Vedanta, in one sense, they say one aspect we need the support of the mind, sometimes blessings of the mind also. Otherwise, it is uncontrolled mind is very, very, very dangerous. It means even the persons who reached the highest level and they came down to it means not to the ground level completely. The spiritual dragons also, even modern days also, we have seen. The only thing is because of the sense organs. So when the wealth comes and many people, they come, different sorts of people come, they come with their what you call their way of thinking is different, their selfishness, their motto was different. But if you are not serious, then what happens naturally? Money and managing it is difficult, and the relatives and they come and they form a gang, a group, and what happens into that organization we fail. And this person also what you call attracted by the things, different types of people, they come and they came down to ordinary level, even worse than ordinary people, not even sadhaka. Such a things happens, because that is why Lord Krishna is saying that with the meditation we get this. If mind, if you do meditation, if we do meditation, we control the mind, of course. But before meditation also, we have to control the mind. Of course, it is somewhat ambiguous in the sense, if you become your own friend, in the sense, if you are your own friend means you are thinking about your ultimate goal, you are serious about your ultimate goal, and we have to break this life and death circle, and you are mumuksha, and mumukshutvam we call it as, the yearning is more, then yes, friend. Otherwise, we are our own enemy. We are take it for easy granted. If it is think that, take it for granted, easy, so easy. We are not that much serious. Then naturally, what happens? The mind becomes our master, and slowly, the sense organs always uh, naturally it is outward, but here, though it is outward, if they are trained, if they are channelized, and though the perseverance is there, though we listen and taste, but everything is sattvic. Everything is pertaining to or related to our spiritual path. The food that we eat, the sound that we listen, it means good talks or satsang and music and like that, and whatever you see, perceive, and that also so sattvic. So here, that is all. It is a kind of uh, food, we say that. But this sukshma sharira, the sense organs, the food, naturally this physical body, the food, the gross level, but this subtle body, this is called sense organ, sukshma sharira. Uh, the food is this mind. Uh, this through these sense organs only we take. This is also sattvic. So if the food is sattvic, it means uh, two types of food in sadhana. Physical level, the sattvic food, easily digestible, and not more spicy, and avoiding non-veg, this non-vegetarian food. So this is a sattvic food. So in the same way, and manasic, it means for intrinsic, this sukshma sharira, this through sense organs we take food, and that food should be very sattvic. I mean, whatever you see, and look at the divine personalities photos in our house, and temple, or like that. Of course, then listening, just now I have said, nice music and talks and like that, and taste. The smell. Of course, the incense sticks, the flowers, at the time of sadhana and other things. So whatever the food that we take, it means this is a way of controlling the my sense organs and mind. It means making the sense organs and mind our friend. The friend means they help us in our sadhana. Otherwise, a hindering problem, a kind of uh, problem we face, more obstacles we face. Because when we sit in meditation, uh, whatever the sense organs, they leave an impression in our mind, in subconscious level. So then when we sit in meditation and we contemplate on that only, and naturally when subconscious mind it comes out. So mind is a very tricky. So naturally what happens before meditation, sitting for meditation, even 1 hour, 2 hours, we chit chat or simply sit and we read something somewhat what you call sit idle or like that. But when you think of the meditation, then what happens? The postponement, and it tells it reminds you have to do so and so work, you have to attempt this work and that work. It what you call it reminds you that moment only. But before that, earlier to that, 1 hour, half an hour, you sit like that only. But when the time of meditation only, it reminds you. So and so work is there, you have to complete this and that. It means it makes you in the beginning. It doesn't allow you to, because in future you are going away from it. It means you are not in the hands. Till all these years, and even including previous birth, we listened what mind says. But now we are trying to what you call resist that. So it minds thinks that now this fellow is going away from my clutches, all these years he listened whatever I said, but now he's started opposing me and saying up against me. Earlier, whatever mind says, and we accept, but now we are saying what you call no, certain aspects. Then mind thinks that no, no. So in the beginning, let us try to create some problems. That is why we get some problems in meditation. That means postponement and lethargy, drowsiness, and thinking about result immediately after doing meditation for 1 week or 10 days. Again, the mind tells that you think you are not getting the result, and so like that, a kind of disappointment. So all these things, this mind creates in the beginning. So that is why Lord Krishna says that then we have to control this sense organs and this mind. Then it becomes Bandhuratma Atmanastasya Enatmai Atmana Jitaha Anatmanastu Shatrutve Vartet Atmaiva Shatruvat. So if you want to cheat, if you want to win over this, if you want to control, and they become our uh, enemy, and if you control, they become our friend. So friend and foe both are there in our body, but together they are like this. But now the percentage we have to decrease, and 50%, 50% both is there. Now we have to decrease that, means for 60% friendly, and 40% and foe. So somewhat dominating now, and this we have to increasing gradually. We have to increase this percentage. Then they become our close friend. Then naturally our path is so easy. So now, Mahendra.
Yes, sir. There, sir. Okay, sir. Jai Shri Ramakrishna, sir.
Oh, yes, yes. Any? Now you proceed.
Okay, sir. This my question is that so just we plan, sir. We plan in a situation. We have to behave like this, and we will go with a program. Suddenly, the situation it creates some different things, and our plan we will fail, and we can't be that level. అంటే మనం అనుకున్నట్టు జరగదు సార్. It will be different thing will be there.
Hmm.
So sometimes we feel that I want to do this, but I am doing the different thing.
Hmm.
So here that we are missing the gaps will be there. Means there will be something missing.
Yes.
And evening we'll come to home and we'll do meditation. Then we'll
Hmm.
think, this thing happened again. This thing, why this is guilty feeling will get there. Some sort of low feeling will be there. Why that low feeling will be there? That's the question. Low feeling will be there. So my
Hmm.
question is, why that low feeling comes? That question is my question.
Hmm.
That is that discussion will be, if it is there, means it's my problem. That discussion, just discussion.
Uh-huh. So you make it clear why no feeling. What do you mean by that?
Low feeling, sir. We will get that low feeling means, sir, we want to maintain the standards. That standards,
Yes, yes, I have
that
understood.
standards we want to maintain, but we can't able to reach that standards. Then we'll get that low feeling also naturally. That so this is
Hmm.
my problem, sir. This I want to share my experience.
It's true, sir. That what Mahendra sir says is true. We plan to
Hmm.
do something, but by the compulsion of the situation, we will not
Hmm.
be able to do. And oh my God, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. It's wrong. A guilt feel. Guilt feel will accompany. And what happens? Again, the person goes more restless than the earlier situation. Guilt, conscience prick. That I should not do, that I should not do, he knows.
Hmm.
But he will be plunged into that and will do. And conscience prick. Conscience prick. This is what he seeks. And this is a problem faced by many people, especially those who are the seekers. Those who are on this path, this is the problem they face. Simpletons, we call simpleton, Shuddha Hridaya, good-hearted people. They always have this problem. One step ahead, 2 step back, again 3 step ahead, 4 step back, 5 step ahead, 6 step back, like that goes. That's there, sir, not Mahinder sir's issue. That happens to many people, those who are on this path. But sir's explanation has the answer also. He said, mind is very tricky, it does it, and we will have this kind of suffering, problems because of our earlier karma, previous births, whatever we have accumulated, and all these will have stumbling blocks and hindrances on our path. Sri M used to say, once one person asked Sri M, chanting something.
Yes.
Sir?
Sir, video you on, let us see.
Okay, sir. Sri M used to tell, one person, one aspirant asked them, sir, chanting Lord's name. Initially we chant quite well, devotedly, and keeping the attention on the deity and all, we chant, and after that we get distracted and goes mechanical. He says, nothing to worry, even goes mechanical, it's okay. Let the dress be wet. Let the dress be wet. At least that feel will be there, that benefit will be there, he says. So these things are there, distractions are there, because illusion, this is our used to say earlier, sir, Maya, mind's play, Maya. So as much as possible, now make every effort to tide over this, but beyond sandalwood mind. There is a saying now, sir, beyond this, there is something greater, great. We will reach that stage.
Yes.
Constant practice, constant effort, because our what we call our soul, that intellect, our intellect, that will direct us. Intellect will direct us if we are sincere. Yeah, everything, the sincerity is counted. Sincerity is counted in every, even mundane life also, in our job also. When the person is found sincere and committed to his work, the employer always keeps him closer to him, maybe for his purposes. But so even in our personal physical life, we feel that employer keeps closer to him the one who is very sincere to that person. So the sincerity and commitment is what counted in physical world. If this is there, in the subtle world, in the subtle life, it will be more wanted, I think. That's what I thought. Sir, please give more clarifications to us.
Yes. So here, two things are there. As you said, of course, say for example, we have the hobby of taking tea. So when you are at home, and naturally, when time, it is a time of 5 o'clock, we think, right from 4:30, our mind clings to that. Yes. And we are, awaiting for that. Always, though your work wherever, your mind is always towards that kitchen, and you visualize that cup and sauce or like that taste. But you are in office, but you are not particularly at that time in the office. But then also, same thing happens. Somehow you go outside or you make people to bring the tea and you take. Yes, you never miss that. Even if you are trained, of course, it is so easy. So wherever you are, if you are addicted to that, but here one thing, of course, when you are at home, seriously will do, but we are away from that, then also you have to you should be in meditative mood. And but the ultimate answer for that is, for Mahender's question, when we are serious and he creates that atmosphere. I give an example. A student is there and is now 10th class, 8th or 9th and 10th, and he is studying well, and is what you call above average, and 90 plus marks he is getting, 95% or 98. So in all exams, first and second semester, third semester, fourth semester, and all exams, now is coming out with flying colors. Then the father observes him, and before that, then he tells some work to him, some bringing groceries or going out or like that. But as you know, next class he entered, and then also he's coming out with flying colors and 95, 98% marks he's getting. So then father, he gives you some facilities, and he create, you know, a separate room to you. It means atmosphere he creates. When you sustain that what you call getting marks and reading and acquiring knowledge, it continues. So then the more impression you create. So he create a separate room. Then even if you have the TV connection or cable connection, and it discords and he stops, and even in further intermediate degree, same continues. Then fathers tells that, meanwhile, earlier he used to tell some simple work, but now his father says to the mother, so don't tell any work to him. So I do whatever you want, you tell me, don't tell that boy. So in the beginning, what happens? Now you are reading something, and you are serious, that seriousness you are maintaining, and father, the impression is there. And now he is creating that atmosphere to read more, and you make him aloof, and he never allow, he creates such atmosphere, there should not be any disturbance in the house. So slowly what happens? Now your work, now he's only reading, that's all. But earlier you used to do some work, but gradually it decreases. And Sri Ramakrishna gives another example of this, a mother, what you call a sister, see, mother-in-law, and of course daughter-in-law is there, and now she is carrying. And Sri Ramakrishna gives example, as months passes, then the mother-in-law tells that, yes, you don't, daughter-in-law says, so don't do any work, and decreases that work. And after giving birth to a baby, and now she tells, just you need not to do any work, just you look after that small baby. So here in the same way, as we are more serious, proceed towards him, then just like a father, and this mother, this our father, our home deity, or whomsoever you like more, or diksha, well, if you take diksha, that adhisthana devata. So if you show some seriousness, some improvement, if you maintain that, and gradually he reduces our work. This is common. What we have to think of that. It means we should not give up that seriousness. And of course, there is a that longingness. I missed. Of course, that also he thinks, there is seriousness. But here what happens, sometimes we should be some stubborn. We should be more stubborn as far as spirituality is concerned. When if you are serious in spirituality, then the relation is secondary. Should be secondary. If you are serious, it means as far as sadhana is concerned, sadhana time is concerned, the utmost importance should be given to the spirituality. Because last time I said, the next birth depends upon our this present karma, our sadhana. If you miss this valuable this life, the most valuable this sadhana period, sadhana life, and we have to face the problem in the next birth, the whole life. So that much seriousness is needed. So sometimes some aspects in our life, some what you call may comes, but if you are serious regarding that, what happens? Ramkrishna says that if you are that much serious, and the family members, they encourage, they helps you. In the beginning, they may oppose, but later they support you, and then naturally you will get to that atmosphere, get that what you call uh, conducive atmosphere, amicable atmosphere. Everything goes perfectly, and that is true. Of course, in my life, I have little experience right from my, I'm lucky enough. In the case of Sri Ramakrishna, I never think of any remaining work, because uh, the brothers are there, and even not about thinking about the grocery, even at home, current bill payment or cylinder, least nothing, zero. Of course, only doing some good and outward some conducting satsang, going out, and even sometimes law in case of this, after establishing the samiti in better way, big way, even Sundays also, and only just 9:30 to 11 class, and 11 to 1 that Yuva Jagriti Vedika, and there some discussions of discussion used to come by 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock again one spiritual talk, and 4 o'clock 4:30 only I have to get ready and I go there, and again Sunday 8:30 I come back, and morning next day uh, working day 6:30, 6 to 6:30 one class for students, and again coming here and going to Samiti there, cleaning and washing, and there after coming home, and 7:30 to, if earlier some Sandhyavandanam meditation naturally 4 or 5, but Sandhyavandanam again something after coming at 8, and 8:30 again going to school, and coming back 6 o'clock, quarter 6, and 6:15 I have to go to Samiti, and 8:30. So this is the routine, but nothing, of course, there is, I am lucky enough that this mundane word related to this, somebody is there to look after. So that's why Sri Ramakrishna uh, used to say that is more practical, Sri Ramakrishna. He says that in a spiritual path, you should be with parents. Of course, now some problems are there. If you are abroad, they may not cope up with that situation when they become what you call 70 or plus, like that, and they become like a small child, and they won't listen what we say, and they won't cooperate. But meanwhile, earlier to that I'm talking, so they are there to look after us, and Sri Ramakrishna tells that. So you are lucky enough, so that they think of remaining things, and you will be some a kind of support. You get some support, and otherwise for everything you have to go out and you have to work and everything. If that is there, and it is what it means in practical sense, I'm telling, if it's some It is not possible because of some problems. I know about Mahendra right from his it was that time 7th class, I think 8th or 8 o'clock 8th, I think so. And I acquainted with his family. And in case of Abhay, of course, in his life, he too got nice support from parents and their spiritual, in case of father. And that I say that we get. So here, of course, even now things may be different due to one or other reasons. Some problems may arise, not from our side, from their side. Though we are fair and frank, open, but from other side we won't get that cooperation. But even then, if that sincerity is there, that's why we have to pray from the bottom of our heart. So make me, even before meditation also, we have to tell the mind. So, oh mind, so even last birth and this birth, I listened whatever you say. I ate whatever you say. I went wherever you asked me to go. But I did not get to the real happiness. I'm not getting the blissful condition. So I listened whatever you say all these years. But now 1 hour or 2 hours, now I'm trying to realize my real nature, and kindly cooperate. We have to request that mind in the beginning, or sadhana. In the same way, to that Almighty or home deity or other Ishtadevata, then we have to pray from the bottom of the heart. So make it possible always, even the limited time, remaining time, I'm of course in the world, for this mundane world, but whatever the time, you yourself said the goal of life is to realize the God. In case of Sri Ramakrishna, the goal of life is the God realization, he said. And Lord Krishna also, came here and he taught Bhagavad Gita to uplift ourselves, to get salvation. So I'm trying to follow, I'm trying to do what you say, to realize you created here, you brought me here, and I have to go back to you. That is your dharma. I have to come to you. Ultimately, that is your creation. So help me, make it possible. Always, is this limited period, morning and evening hours. So make it possible that, and create to that conducive atmosphere, so that I can do my sadhana seriously. You have to pray from the bottom of the heart and sit alone when you do prayer, and you talk to him as if he is with you. And like that, sometimes if nobody is there, if you close your doors, if they are away from you, and openly you talk, just like a person is in front of you, and to talk to him. So with somewhat loud, it means otherwise I think that now Mahendra guy has gone mad. All these years now, good, he's talking himself, and more chaotic situation. Now you can't bear that. But the audible way, you talk to him, and he's in front of you. Whatever problems you have, whatever even mundane problems or personal problems, or when in the office or at home, wherever it is, at a school, and within the mind, and just talk to him from the bottom of the heart, and that ultimately certainly will get the, of course, the result. It is sure, because he's more compassionate. No, when they just now I give an example, that father, when you show the progress, but in reciprocal to that, so he's giving all books he gave, and even tuition, separate room. But even then you are not you're not reading, there is no progress. Then he tells all works, you know. Uh, Not only father work, also he tells that boy, natural, there is no progress in him. Like he tells all sorts of works. But if you start, if you there is a much progress, of course in the beginning, more hurdles and more problems, and that is there. And of course, I know this of Mahinder, and many problems. he faced, and in that family, not from parents, but of course I don't want to say like that. Of JP Sir, when he was, of course, in Nizamabad, I too know we are not. It is not possible to tell in clear, but then a kind of what you call in a kind of oasis, even desert, that that satsang or that atmosphere, when you are spiritual bent of mind, that yearning, and you get some association, and as well as somebody is there to you, you will come out from that at least 1 hour, 2 hours from what you call that clutch that he creates, and he too got experience now, JP sir, and of course Abhay and Mahendra also. He too came out, that spiritual bent of mind he got, previous samskaras, birth experience. Okay. Yes. Is it clear, Mahendra?
Sir, it's nice. Clear, sir. It's practical.
Yes. Abhay, your common point. Abhay? Abhay is there?
Video is off, sir. Video is off.
Abhay, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. Now you come out with your reflection. Yes.
um, uh, we experience this all the time when you're doing it, when you really are fervently doing it, or crave for something. Fortunately, good or bad, you get it. Definitely, you'll get it. That's why they say you should be careful what you wish for. But here, I mean, that's a mundane word probably. But when you do something fervently, and you the pashas or whatever they start going away. But when I personally experienced it at some point in my life, we can see that the right help comes at right point. But it takes a lot of yearning to get there, and you lose it eventually because of all the mundane. Once you come back into the mundane life, but somewhere and when you start doing it fervently, help will arrive, and you get your or you get the right help to do the thing that you want to. I mean, I'm talking in spiritual context here mostly. So, having experienced this, then coming out of that and doing all of that stuff, I don't need much more convinced that this can happen. But yeah, it's a good reminder that the shloka says that you can, once your lower self drops, you can see the bigger picture, and the universal thoughts. You align with the universal thought of and your senses start behaving much more controlled manner than you running away with senses. Yeah, I've seen that. That's all I want to say.
Of course, you have no practical problem. You can't raise voice more.
Oh, I'm too low. Okay, sorry.
Of course, disturbing. Of course, it is so early. Particularly this Sunday. Of course, rest time.
My voice is too low.
Yes, your voice is too slow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. Yeah.
So that is why I changed the time also 5:15. Of course, somewhat relaxing time for you.
No problem. Don't worry about me. Yeah, that's fine.
Sir, now JP sir,
Yes, sir.
you conclude this now after listening
Yeah,
this.
sir's
One more-
explanation of Mahinda sir's query is so interesting and so understandable, enlightening, and I could understand. I could get more of a good idea from what you said. The yearning is very important, and the load will be reduced. When you pass the test in good score, higher distinctions, he observes it and ever merciful and compassionate. Sri Ramakrishna says, when you go after the red toy, mother will think, oh, the child is playing with the toy. Maybe
Yes.
child in sorrow with the toy or joy with the toy. Child
Yes.
is playing with the toy, and mother will be in kitchen doing her household chores, and she may not be attending. The child is happy with what the child is doing, maybe
Yes,
in
yes.
joy or maybe in sorrow. But when the child throws the toy, and goes to mother calling,
I want
mom,
mother.
help me, mom goes faster than ever and closely hugs the child and gives
Yes,
more
yes.
than that child wants. So I don't know what more example we can give for that. Only Sri
Yes, yes.
Ramakrishna can give such a
Yes.
beautiful parable.
If you are happy with that, in sense, toys means this mundane physical world, all these comforts and enjoyments. If you are,
Yeah,
that is needed, no?
the toy may give sorrow or may give joy to the child. Sometimes the child may quarrel with the toy.
But
Maybe in friendship with the toy, may not be in friendship with the toy. Even though as it is clinging to the toy, mother ignores it.
yes,
When
yes, yes.
child throws the toy out and calls mother, she hears it, and at a very high speed she returns, closely hugs the child.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is what I think only Sri Ramakrishna can give this. No one can.
Nice. Simple examples and parables.
So we are with the red toys there. That's the problem.
Of course, you have to balance. That is must. That duties are there, duties and responsibilities. We should not
Yeah,
give up. That
yeah. The
depths
less
are
the
there. No?
luggage, the more the comfort.
We are that some depths are there. No, as a
Yeah,
grihastha, of course, we have to
we
balance
have
all
to.
this.
We cannot avoid. We cannot get rid of. We cannot escape. We cannot
Yes.
escape. We have to
Ah,
balance.
But we have to balance. So gradually that
Yeah,
must.
balance our duties as a son, as a father, as a husband, as a friend,
No, yes, yes,
as a person in the society. That is more important. But there we ignore.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much, sir. So good.
So let us.
Yes, sir.
Right. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Sarve jana sukino bhavantu. Sri Rama Krishnarpanamastu.